Ever since the day that you went away, you've been spending.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Rev here, and today I'm coming back at you with another life story. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the time that I stole a garbage can. And this is kind of one of the dumbest stories I have, but it's also one of my favorites just because of how ridiculously dumb it is, and just how calculated it was and how well we pulled it off. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Now, to kind of give you some background, there's this kid that was kind of known in our school for just all around not being the brightest person and kind of just being weird, I'm not gonna lie. And we'll just go ahead and we'll call him Walter. So Walter, I mean, he's pretty cool, you know, like I don't really have any problems with him per se. He's just kind of weird. That's really the best way to put it. And one day, he had decided to fuck with my friend, and we'll just call him Nathan for this video. So out of the blue, Walter just decided to fuck with Nathan one day, and honestly, I don't even remember what he did. It was some petty ass shit. Like I remember he like pissed on like his car or something like that, or like threw some like condiments at it or some dumb ass shit like that. And Nathan had talked about how we should get him back for it, and it wasn't like he was kind of joking, but we were all like, you know what, fuck it, like we don't have anything better to do, because basically all we were doing was just sitting around smoking weed and pretty much just looking for something to do and smoking weed in the meantime. So we're like, yeah, you know what, let's go fuck with Walter. So we had the great idea to steal his trash can. And previously, we had ran into his trash can to knock it over. I mean, I had never done that, but quite a few people had, and I had definitely been in other people's cars when they did it. And we just decided to take it up a notch this day, because he really crossed the line when he was fucking with Nathan, and we just, we felt the need to kind of show him what was up. So we roll up to Walter's house, and he didn't know we were rolling up. So we pulled up to his alley right behind his house, and I'll put a diagram on screen kind of explaining what I'm talking about. But we pull into the alley, and then we go all the way through the alley, and then at the end of the alley it would curve to the right. So we go ahead and go around the curve and then stop. And then my friend Nathan gets out, and he hops in the trunk of my car, which was a Jeep, and it had a swinging door, so you could like open it and then the door would swing out, you know? So we go ahead, pop him in the back, and we leave the door open. And then we reverse all the way back up to where Walter's house was. And then we have my other homie, who I'm not even going to give him a name because, you know, it doesn't really help the story at all. So my other homie gets out and he grabs the trash can, and then he wheels it over to Nathan, who is hanging out of the back of my car at this point with the door propped open. So he grabs onto the trash can to where literally the trash can is being dragged behind my car, and only the wheels of the trash can are touching the ground. So as soon as my homie hops back in the car, I'm like, "You good, Nathan?" He's like, "Yeah, go for it." So then we step on it and we get out of there, and we were probably going close to 20 by the end of the alley, and then we crank a right and we go about like 10-15 feet down, and then I stop and I'm like, all right, drop it. So then we drop the trash can off and we position it to where it looks like it belongs to another house, you know? And we just leave it there. Then Nathan closes my trunk and then just hops back in the rear seat, and then we peel out of there. And there was this dude that he wasn't watching us, but once we started driving off, he started walking into the alley in front of us, and he kind of like put his hand up to signal for us, but we just drove past him because we had that adrenaline going, and we were like, fuck it, man, we need to get this going. So we peeled out of there, and all was well. We pulled it off really well. And I mean, you know, that took me a few minutes to explain, but I'm talking literally we did this in probably like a minute flat. Like from the time we pulled into his alley and we dropped off the trash can, it was maybe a minute. Like we we were on top of it. Everyone did their part. We did it good. And no one was slacking that day. We all did our part, and we did it fucking beautifully, let me tell you, boys. So I don't really remember what happened after that. I'm pretty sure we just, smoked the weed once more, and then we all kind of just went home and, went our separate ways. And I'm chilling at home for a few hours, playing video games, just kicking back, smoking. And there's a knock at my front door, which isn't that odd, But then my mother calls me down. And I come downstairs and I see a cop at the front door. And I'm like, oh fuck, oh god, what just happened? So this cop just kind of, I could tell he wasn't really there for like super hardcore business, He was real casual about it. It's just like, hey, I got a report of a silver Jeep driving upwards of 60-70 miles an hour through alleys, and something about moving trash cans around. Do you know anything about that? And of course, the dude who called was the guy we saw, when we were leaving. He put his hand up. We didn't think he saw anything, but apparently he did. So I'm thinking, well, fuck, like, am I actually about to get charged for like moving and like stealing and moving this kid's trash can? Like, fuck. And the cop is like, do you know anything about it? And I was like, nah, man. Like, I went to pick up my friend today, and I had to go through some alleys, but I was going maybe 30 at most, and I don't know what he's talking about with any trash cans. I picked up my friend in the alley, and he got in my car, but we never touched his trash can. And he's like, well, okay, that's about what I figured. The male who called it in was extremely intoxicated and didn't really sound like he was making a whole lot of sense, and it didn't make sense that he would have been going 60 miles an hour through an alley anyway, so, I just had to come by and verify that nothing was going on. Just like, what the fuck, like, they make this too damn easy. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm not really sure what that guy's talking about, I'll try and stick to the streets and, not go in alleys. I know people don't appreciate that very much. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, well, I appreciate you doing that. And then that was that, and he pretty much left, and, pretty much I got out of it, and I didn't get in any trouble for it. And that's really all that happened. And it's really funny because I don't actually remember if they ever found the trash can or if they had to buy a new one. But I mean, I don't think they would have had to buy it. I'm pretty sure the city would just provide it. And this is something I would never do nowadays because it's just so stupid. It's like, what the hell? Well, it's honestly hilarious to look back on it. It's like it's just so funny. It's so stupid in so many ways, but so hilarious. And the fact that we pulled it off without a hitch, and I even got questioned by a cop about it, and still nothing happened, it's really comical. It's honestly hilarious. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on them post notifications, you know the drill. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.